What's up guys, and welcome back to another episode of Career Mode. This is episode number 26. So we start today's episode off with the Red Devils away at Old Trafford. Second game of April, coming on the back of our huge loss to Leicester City, who have now gone into that 7th and final European spot with just 8 games to go. The question is, after just one win in our last 6 games and none in our last 4 in all competitions, can we get back on track now against both Manchester clubs? What are the chances of that? What's it going to take for us to do that? Well, something special like this. 7 minutes into the game, everyone thinking it's to be a banker for Ole Gunnar Solskjaer's side. Brentford right now in horrendous form. The Red Devils chasing the title. Well, what about this for a stunner in the northwest? Josh De Silva takes it down on the chest and volleys it past the Spaniard into the back of the net. Should De Gea have stopped it? Probably, but we don't mind one bit. De Silva's second of the year puts Brentford into a shock lead at Old Trafford. But 21 minutes in, the hosts trying to get back in the game, but Raya makes an incredible save to keep us still leading. 7 minutes after that, still up by a goal, we clear a corner and Mbeumo leads the break. Offloads to Hernandez getting the start, back out wide towards Brian, quick little 1-2 and Hernandez is away and chips it over De Gea and into the bottom corner out of 11 minutes to go in the first half. Old Trafford is stunned silent. Juan Hernandez is second of the year. He only scores away against the big teams. First against Spurs and now against Manchester United. And Brentford at Old Trafford are 2-0 up. The question is, can we handle the pressure? Well, right before the break, what a familiar feeling. Cristiano Ronaldo gets a goal and makes it 2-1. Brilliant awareness there and a fantastic cutback to find the Portuguese legend who turns in from close range, puts it into the unguarded net and makes it 2-1. And from then I was thinking, okay, half time, the deficit halved, don't choke. Don't choke. This will be a huge 3 points. 20 minutes after the restart, Raya makes a simple save and then throws it out quickly. And you'll notice in this game, I wasn't just sitting there and just trying to preserve what we had. I was going for more. And from that save we broke, Onyeka storms forward, offloads to Mbeumo, back heels to Toney, gets around Donny van der Beek, and Toney smacks it in from 22 yards, and the shocker punches the corner flag, Tim Cahill style. And Brentford restore the 2-goal cushion. Fortune favours the brave, and it did at Old Trafford. Manchester United 1, Brentford 3. 10 minutes to go, 2-goal cushion back in our favour. Trying to cling on to the 3 points. Bruno Fernandes makes it 3-2, and I was thinking, come on man, please don't choke this. Please don't choke. We've had 2-goal cushions twice in the game. Please don't choke it. Hanging on for dear life. Trying to keep these 3 points in the bag, and our first victory over the Red Devils in this series and our first away day. Scout Raya makes a brilliant save and keeps us still up by a goal, and that was how the game would finish. First away day scalp of this series, and it comes when we needed it the most. No wins in our last 4 in all competitions. We go to Old Trafford and look at the XG. Talk about a taste of your own medicine, AI. For the first time in a long time, ours is terrible compared to our opponents, yet we come through with the win. A real snatch and grab performance there, and you would have noticed in the game as well, I was playing like a really counter-attacking style of football. That's how we got our second and also really our third goal as well. You'll notice this season, I mentioned it before, we changed our play style, be more of a possession and pass heavy type of team, but there's certain games like that one there where it warrants playing counter-attacking football. You know you're gonna have to soak up a lot of pressure. You're away from home, you're at Old Trafford, you don't have a lot of the ball, and you know you're a far weaker team. So in moments like that, play the situation. We did. The second goal, probably my favourite one, Hernandez's chip, but what a big win. Back on track in the most unlikely of games. 3-2 at Old Trafford. Question is, can we follow it on? Pep Guardiola, Manchester City, Community Stadium following game. Can we get back-to-back wins? Well, not to a great start. So early on to the game, Phil Foden makes it 1-0, and 22 minutes in, it should have been 2. Excellent save by Raya, keeps us only down by a goal as Sterling is denied. By the way, what do you guys think about Sterling saying he wouldn't be against going to Europe and playing football outside of England if he doesn't get more game time at Man City. Very interesting statement there from Raheem. Anyway, still down by a goal. Didn't really get a chance in the first half until we did. A minute to go before the break, and Onyeka says to De Silva in the last game against the Red Devils, anything you can do, I can do better. Weaker left foot, half volley, first time effort, bends it past Edison. The glorious goals continue this season. Brentford back on level terms. And so it might not be a win like we got at Old Trafford, but you know I'd take it. A whole second half to play though. Question is, can we hang on to the point? 10 minutes after the restart, De Bruyne denied by a great save by Raya. Excellent stop by the Spaniard there as we're still tied at 1-1. And with a minute to go, the final chance falling to Man City. Jamie Vardy, the former Fox, offloads to Sterling, and again, it's Raya with the save. This dude is incredible, going for the Golden Glove, and he might not get a clean sheet, but he gets the plaudits in this game, just like he did at Old Trafford. Couple of brilliant saves in this one. He's my man of the match, 1-1 the final score, and what a couple of results against the Manchester teams. 4 points picked up from 6. That's more than we had in our last 5 games in the Premier League heading into this month here. Massive, massive draw, and we will take it. So Brentford feeling good once again. Back-to-back games without a defeat and a couple of great results there against two sides chasing the title. Following game, Aston Villa, Community Stadium, 24 minutes in. Well, he's been quiet in the past few games, but back on the score sheet. Roberto Gutierrez drills it in. Brentford in front, 25 minutes into the game, and the Community Stadium rocking once again. Here we go, boys. Here we go. 7th within our grasp. A few minutes later, once again, we're looking for Gutierrez. Slid through by Daniel Was. Down the right-hand side, trying to catch Emi Martinez out of the near post. Good stop by the former Gunner goalkeeper. Turn it over the bar for a corner. Still leading by 1, and as the second half begins, 20 minutes after the restart, staying in attack mode, wanting more goals, a chance to get a second, but again it's the Argentine with another great save, keeping it at 1-0. Thankfully it did not matter, we couldn't score more than 1. The clean sheet and our first in several, Lord knows it was overdue, sees us get the 3 points, second win in 3. 7 points from a possible 9, and what a response from Brentford. A shambolic run of form, our worst of the season. We're all sitting there thinking, okay, European football's a pipe dream, it's gone, but no, in a now or never run of fixtures, Brentford, with 2 wins in 3, are back in 7th by a point, but look at how tight it is. 1 point separating 4 teams, 2 separating 5. Oh my goodness gracious me. This is ridiculous. Right now, it's anyone's guess as to who's going to claim 7th. The top 6 is set, but 7th is up for grabs for so many teams, and right now, we're occupying it. Following game, the Hawthorns, West Brom in the bottom 3 and desperately need wins right now if they're to keep themselves in the top flight. 44 minutes into the game, in a scrappy first half, Tawand beats the deck, stays down, and after giving the ball away, trying to play on the counter, West Brom get one chance through Farias, and they take it. Shot smacks into the top corner, nothing Raya could do about it. West Brom in front of the break, and in such a scrappy game, I don't know what it was, but I just couldn't create anything in this game, couldn't get any chances whatsoever. Heading into the final few minutes, and we were still down by a goal. I was going gung-ho, throwing as many yellow shirts forward as possible, and Gutierrez denied by Johnston with 4 minutes on the clock, and you see the reaction, the only chance we got, and Johnston makes the save. West Brom still leading by a goal, but Ivan Toney does it again! A bullet header from the new club captain. Oh, hands to the ears for Ivan Toney. Once again, the shocker, the star, the saviour, the hero. Ivan Toney with the bullet header beats 2 baggies in the air and beats Sam Johnston to match. West Brom 1, Brentford 1, and rescued, bailed out by big Ivan Toney. Trying to get the crowd going. A few minutes to go. Can we find a winner? Unfortunately not. We couldn't complete the turnaround. 1-1 the final score. And again, such a frustrating game because yes, we had the 5 shots, but really the majority coming from range. Toney's was really the only close effort we had in the entire game, as thankfully Twansby's injury was just a 5-day one. But even so, Ivan Toney rescues us with a point, and it could prove to be valuable. We dropped to 9th. We're still chasing 7th. But it's not over yet. But listen, if we're going to get it, we need to win. You know, 2 draws in our last 3. They're not terrible results there away at the Hawthorns and against Man City, of course not. But we need wins. We need wins. And with the following game, Southampton also chasing 7th away at St Mary's. Neither team could afford to lose this game. It's one of those games where, you know, both teams knew exactly what was at stake. A win would be massive, but a loss and the European dreams will die on the South Coast. So nothing happened in the first half. We weren't surprised about that. We had the first chance of the second. Maisley Niles Maitland-Niles, sorry. Ainsley Maitland-Niles denied by a great save as it was still 0-0. And then Raya, with 20 minutes to go, pulls off a great save of his own and keeps it goalless. And from now, oh, Raya, where you going? Where you going? Where you going? Raya is so eccentric, it's ridiculous, man. He makes incredible saves, but then sometimes just charges off his line for no reason. Thankfully, the header was going wide, but in the end, the final score was a draw. Goalless draw at St Mary's, a clean sheet. You see by the stats here, this was just one of those games, and you know those sort of games where both teams just cannot afford a loss. But in the end, a draw also feels like a defeat. 3 games to go in the season as we enter May. As you can see, Brentford are in 8th. But with 3 points behind Leicester, with the worst goal difference record as well. You still can't rule out Southampton in 11th place right now in the race for 7th. I'd say we've got the best chance of catching the Foxes with 3 points being the gap. But again, the goal difference is key. We're in the minus, they're in the plus. We don't just need to win, they need to lose. But they need to drop points in 2 of their final 3 games, you would say. Because of the goal difference gap, it's unlikely, if they win 2 of their 3 games, that we'll be able to catch them because of the goal difference. Unless we want to go free scoring in our final 3 games, it's very unlikely we'll do it on goal difference now. So, yeah, we're still in it. We're still in it. But again, after 3 draws in our last 4 games, I mean, you often hear this saying when a team is going for the title or a European spot, draws are effectively defeats. And I never really like that saying because a point is still a point. It might only be a third of the maximum you can get, but it's still a point. It still could be crucial, but these are the scenarios where it's accurate. Draws are basically defeats. 3 games to go in the season. Crystal Palace away, Wolves at home, Arsenal away. And if we don't win at least 2, at the very least 2 of the final 3, it is over. Out of the final 3 fixtures, you'd say this is probably the easiest of the lot. Crystal Palace, Patrick Vieira's side at Selhurst Park, needing to return to winning ways in this one. 14 minutes in, we had the first chance, and Buemo denied, and it's still goalless. Going on the offensive, right from the first whistle, knowing it's now or never. From the corner, headed on by Toney, headed off the line, and Gutierrez's half volley easily caught by Ramos. Still deadlocked at 0-0, but made the brighter start, because we know what's at stake. Nothing for Palace, but European football for us. 27 minutes in on Jaker, holds it up, rolls through Roberto, down the right-hand side. Gutierrez charging forward, needs a teammate, needs a teammate, needs a teammate. He's got Toney, and Ivan turns in the cutback. 28 minutes in. Like I said, now or never, only a win would do. Knowing what's at stake, our 2 players of the season link up. It's Gutierrez to Ivan, and Brentford have the lead. Crystal Palace 0, Brentford 1, and in the first half where we defended so well, 11 minutes to go, Crystal Palace got 1 chance and they took it. How familiar of a feeling is that? Jeff Rene Adelaide back in the Premier League, beats Raya at the near post and makes it 1-1. And with 16 minutes to go in a half of no chances, the final one falling here. Oh, and I fluffed it! I absolutely bottled it! Ivan Toney running through one-on-one, and the goalkeeper pulls off the heroics. But let's be honest here, it's a great save, but it's a poor finish. I should have just put my laces through it near post, tried to bend it in far corner. Ramos makes the stop, and in the end, that was how the game would finish. 4 draws in 5 games. It's no losses in 6. It's a great unbeaten stretch. But what's that saying? Draws are effectively defeats. We drop down to 10th in the table. We're 2 points off the Foxes. Yes, we still got a chance. But with 2 games to go and still Arsenal away to come, I think we've bottled it right at the end. But that was this episode of Career Mode, guys. Big thank you for watching. Enjoyed it. If you had, then please do drop a like. Most love to you all. Have a fantastic day. And I'll see you for the next episode, the season finale of Career Mode, where there's still a chance at European football. Keep the faith, boys. Very soon.